welcome to another episode of the Curfew Boys. Before we get things started, if you love what you hear, please leave us an honest rating. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X. If you want to listen to us, you can listen to us on any podcast platform like Google, Spotify, Apple. And you can subscribe to our beautiful channel on YouTube to see our beautiful faces. Guys,
TikTok
guys,
is no longer banned, folks.
TikTok is no longer banned. It didn't affect us Canadians. It
Oh
didn't
my
affect
god!
us, but it affected the U.S. Fans out there.
My
But
god!
they got it back.
They got it back.
They got it
It was banned for like a good minute.
about a minute and a half, and they're back
Yeah,
in.
that's it.
to avoid total chaos.
Exactly.
stayed.
Ladies and-
How many millions of dollars were at stake if TikTok would have been completely banned?
Millions, but I'm sure something else was gonna come.
For sure,
You know
for sure.
what? You know what? Just before we get into hockey talk, on that note, like the amount of people that would have actually had to start getting jobs instead of dancing
It's
in the most
true.
annoying places. I was so looking forward to
job
it.
market. The job market would have launched like
Yeah.
big time.
No. Anyways, I'm not
That's
even
awesome.
gonna do it.
That's
Your
fine, don't do it.
experience TikTok for 4 years. To all the listeners out there, let me introduce you to my boys. We got Fireman Sam in the house.
Hey now,
We got GQ Chris in the house.
Hey,
he's
boy.
got a
And
new
your
name.
host- What's his new name?
He's
Yeah,
got
I'm call up Chris.
We're calling
I
him
make the
Call Up
announcements.
Chris.
I
He's-
make the announcements on any of the call ups for the Montreal Canadiens. I broke for the Curfew Boys. I broke the announcement that Jakub Dobeš got recalled, and then today was Owen Beck, of course.
All right, breaking news. We got Call Up Chris in the house and your host tonight, Anxious Anthony. Before we get into hockey talk, to all our NFL fans out there, today
Today was a good day.
was divisional finals. So we have our final four next week.
hmm
We have the fucking Bills against the KC rematch. And then we have the Eagles versus Washington, something that we did not expect whatsoever.
Yeah,
Biggest upset ever for Detroit Lions.
yeah, that was terrible.
Yep.
The
And,
coach got all emotional and he's like, "It's my fault."
yeah, like every other coach, so political. But to our beloved Joey Palmieri's couldn't make it tonight. And the reason why he's not on tonight is because he's depressed and he's crying.
Did
And
he message you that personally, saying that "fuck this, I'm not coming on the show"?
he
Because
has not messaged us all day. The Habs
Yeah.
played. It was a great game. Gallagher scored, and we haven't heard from fucking Joey.
it gets too emotional. Fuck with this sports. Like I understand sports brings the life out of us. Like we live vicariously through these athletes and their environment. But God damn it, Joey, you're fucking 37 years old, Joey. What are you doing getting upset over
okay.
millionaires that don't give a shit about you? You're Canadian.
I
Stick to
will
hockey.
disagree there because I'm like Joey when it comes to that. I
Uh,
was actually rooting for the Rams, Joey, believe it or not. Maybe that's why they lost. But
here, look what Tricolor wrote. He's a
the
Lions fan.
Lions
He was
fan
happy
that
that,
was-
but Washington's his backup team.
okay,
So, okay,
two
and
underdog backups.
he's calling in the comments. He's calling. We need Washington versus Bills Super Bowl.
Please,
I'm rooting for. Look, I'm not the biggest football fan. I respect the sport. I enjoy watching it, but like I don't follow the entire season like Anthony or Joey on the podcast. But like playoffs is playoffs. No matter what sport you watch, playoffs is playoffs. It's a different breed. It's a different animal. And I actually watched the Eagles versus the LA Rams today. It was great. I did watch Washington versus Detroit. So I've been watching the games, and it's super entertaining. All that to say is, I think I want to see the Bills win. I really do.
Oh, shut the okay.
But
I'm cutting it right there. It's over, it's
hold
over.
on a sec. But if Kansas City wins, I actually want to see Patrick Mahomes win it back to back, and then that's going to open up a debate whether the Kansas City Chiefs are the new dynasty of this era.
They are a dynasty. They're just not going to become the Patriots dynasty. One last thing before we end football talk. I do not want to see the Bills in the finals. I don't want to see KC win again. But if I have to choose between KC
Yes,
versus
Chiefs,
Bills,
easy.
I'll take Chiefs over anybody. Guys,
Let's go.
let's start this off by such a hype in the city.
Mhm.
Very good hockey since December 17th. It was just magical. The city's on fire. The team is playing amazing. We go into Montreal yesterday against our rivalry, Toronto Maple Leafs. Start off strong, 3-0. I'm like, fuck. And guys, I was supposed to be at that game yesterday. I had to get rid of my tickets, traded them for a game next week. Looking forward to it. But that being said, we're on a high. We're playing good hockey. We're winning 3-0 against the Leafs. I'm not going to lie. I didn't throw in the towel. I didn't. Maybe became that little typical Habs fan guy, but when there was those 7 unanswered goals,
Yeah, against the Leafs. Yeah.
I kind of got scared. I'm like, is this hype over? I know I jumped the gun too fast. Please don't kill me. Don't shoot me.
But you're not the only one though. There was a lot of people that jumped the gun.
100%.
Like the bipolarism suddenly woke up. People got emotional for nothing.
Yeah.
So many. Everybody was throwing names out there to blame, and it's like, yeah. Go ahead and finish what you're gonna say. And then
I didn't go to that extent, and
Gotcha.
I'm sure there's many fans out there that did go to that extent. I mean, I actually follow some Habs groups on Facebook and whatever. I didn't want to mention those comments, but yes, us bipolar fans said what we had to say. But then tonight, we just
turn it around.
What did Marty say yesterday? On to the next game. The past is the past. Let's just move on towards a new day,
Yep.
new game. And I'm just happy to see the boys bounce back. I don't know if you want to get into tonight's game or you want to talk about yesterday's game.
Well, look, I mean, look. The only thing I have to say about yesterday's game against the Leafs is that they came out flying 3-0 right away. And it's one of those fluky things where, the Christian Dvorak hits the crossbar, puck comes around 2-on-1, they get the goal. That gives Toronto the momentum. And you know what? I yesterday I'm there. I'm like, they completely took the foot off the gas pedal in the second period. I look back, maybe I'm a bit wrong. I think they I don't know if taking the foot off the gas pedal, like, it's not that the effort wasn't there, but it felt like it was in the wrong areas. And just no matter what they did, it wasn't going to work. Joseph Woll made some big saves too. And it was just like, no matter what Toronto did, the puck was going in. And I'm not going to fully blame Sam Montembeault for yesterday's loss, but it was obvious that it wasn't his best game. But I said before puck drop, I said it on Twitter in a group chat that the key to that game against the Leafs is going to be Sam Montembeault. The reason why I said that's because, Anthony, you and I, we were at the season opener at the Bell Center versus the Leafs, and he was the difference maker. He got the shutout. He earned it. And though the Canadiens are in a much better position, they're a much better team than they were at the start of the season, and you knew the boys were going to come out flying in front of him, he still needed to make those 1 or 2 key saves that could make the difference. Unfortunately, he didn't. He wasn't the only one to blame. There were defensive breakdowns. Some was luck. Some was just like, look, Lane Hudson, we love the kid. He's on a hype. Like, this kid's going to be a superstar. It wasn't his best night. -5. It's not great. He's a rookie. He's going to learn. And to your point, and exactly what you said, I knew, like, and it's obvious that I think Habs fans were pissed because it was against the fucking Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
I really think it was that. Had it been any other team, maybe we would have brushed it off a lot easier. Because it's the Leafs, we hate them, we hate each other. It hurt even more. It stung, and it was painful right up where the sun don't shine. Then you hear Marty's presser, and you're there, and you're like, guys, the sun is coming up tomorrow. It's going to be a new day tomorrow. Luckily, we have another game right away to focus on and forget about this one. When I saw that, there was some kind of, it's weird. There was some kind of comfort, maybe some kind of ease, thinking that, okay, you know what? It's true. Forget about this one. Look forward to the next one against the Rangers, another Original Six rival. Guys, this was a playoff type game. This was beautiful hockey, as far as I'm concerned.
Especially after a back-to-back, usually you're
Beautiful hockey.
Team.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful hockey. There's so many things we could talk about this game rather than.
Well, before we get into today's game, Chris, I don't know if you have anything to say.
I just want to say one thing. I think we put out a tweet saying that maybe sometimes a loss like that humbles a team because they're on a high, maybe too much of a high. They're on cloud nine. We needed to manage expectations. Yes, yet it's awesome to feel that belief because that team still has it. The players still have it, the coach, everybody, management.
Well, after watching tonight's game,
But
the belief is
exactly.
still there.
But sometimes, listen, like it or not, Toronto's a strong team, and a loss. Right now, we're learning how to win these games. We also got to learn how to maintain and hold on to these leads against strong teams, especially like the Leafs. So go, Chris.
Well, on that note, I know that I put a like I was very frustrated last night. I hate losing. Like
No
I
shit.
can I don't mind losing to Boston. Again, there's somewhat of I don't like it. I hate it, in fact, but losing to Toronto, like it's very, very, very hard with the fan base, and that fan base is pushed down our throats at every opportunity if you enjoy watching the game in English. Now, with that said, there were certain elements that just built one upon the other that made it a really tough pill to swallow.
Mhm.
The Habs had no business losing a game that they were up 3-0. They said it multiple times, of course, because they had to celebrate it. But it was the first time in over 100-year history that that stupid team from our neighboring province actually came back and won a game when trailing against the Canadiens by three
Yeah,
goals.
yeah.
So the Leafs have never ever come back against the Canadiens when we've held a three. And to think like 100-year record basically went out the window, that was very frustrating. And especially after the first period, not to be arrogant or cocky, but it was pretty promising. And even in the second period, the way that they were attacking on the puck,
Mhm.
up until Christian Dvorak hit the crossbar, it basically brushed the goal line, went down the ice for the counterattack. All I have to say is, at the end of the day, most important, I believe in these guys. We're going like 110% in the right direction. Last night was just a little bit of a gut punch
Mhm.
on that path, but I will attribute a little bit more blame to Montembeault because, and I'm just going to say my version. Again, it's not time to throw him completely under the bus, but if the guy is going to let in within the first 3 goals, I thought the third goal, even to tie up the game at 3-3, the first goal was relatively weak. He could have stopped that puck, I think, with a little bit better of a better angle that he's standing in his net. And if you look at the breakaway goal by Nylander, even if Lane Hudson's got him tied up, Montembeault is halfway on the outside of his net. Like his body's halfway on the outside of the net. Like, when Montembeault's locked in and playing a solid game, he's not making exaggerated movements. And there were a
Mhm.
lot of exaggerated, poor puck tracking, over exaggeration, and that got them back into the game. And it was just such a they're celebrating Arbor pointing at the scoreboard. I have to also address that too. That was something like who cares? Who cares what the naysayers say? But Arbor
Yeah.
Jackeye had no business fighting
Oh,
Ryan Reeves. Like
I
Ryan
agree.
Reeves is
I
looking for
agree.
he's looking for
But
any reason to
also,
justify staying in the league. That guy,
no,
like Ryan Reeves is done.
but hold on a sec. Everybody was saying that Jackeye was pointing to the score. To what I recall, wasn't Ryan Reeves trying to fight him with like less than a minute left in the period? Like I'm really refresh my memory, but like it was towards the end of the period. Like
Yeah, it was.
I got under the impression that Arbor's like, yo, dude, like the period's coming to an end. I'm not fighting you right now. Get out of here. I don't know if everyone's saying that he was pointing to the score. I was under the impression that he was pointing to no. Listen, there's no time left. I'm not gonna end my period here and have to start the second period in the box for 5 minutes. I'm not gonna do that.
It was at the end, but Sam, I'm not gonna protect Arbor Jackeye with that argument. I'm gonna outright say he had no business fighting.
No, it's good.
One of the
Thank
big
God
conversations.
no, for
But
sure.
but one of the big conversations that we had all year, and Marty said it publicly. We had this conversation all summer leading into the season. Jackeye has to do a better job of picking his spots. And
Mhm.
why open up the door to giving momentum? Because that was the best part, even in the second period, how did it start? Reeves gets the puck. He's got his head down because
Beautiful hit.
sorry, yeah, and he completely decked him. Like in all honesty, and I will conclude on this just to cap off the Leafs game. We got out goalied yesterday. If the Montreal Canadiens are playing a goalie who's having an average night, they score minimum 5 or 6 goals. Hats off to Joseph Wall, played a fantastic game. Montembeault didn't play such a fantastic game. They scored 6 straight, but even when they had defensive lapses, took the foot off the gas, they still did have several chances to score in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
second
it's
and
not
third
for
period,
sure.
and they didn't get converted. So good on you, goaltender Joseph Wall. Leafs, honestly, I think they got very lucky yesterday.
Nah, it's fair enough. But Jack, I think that could lead to tonight's game. Like, I did not want Jack Eye to fight Matt Rempe tonight.
He didn't want to fight either.
I
But he
got
had no
scared.
choice.
I was scared, but and he fucking gave it to him. He I think Arbor is a hidden southpaw fighter because he was throwing lefties.
George Laraque is spending some extra time with the guy. I would
George
whatever's happening.
George
keep
Laraque
calling
George Laraque was a lefty.
lefty.
He was a southpaw. Very true. So,
but he was also the best. Let's be honest, he was one of the best fighters of his generation too, as well. Like whatever's coming through, Jack, I keep doing it because.
But it's so true. We're getting to this game. What a back and forth, great game, bounce back game. Absolutely. And I think, Chris, we've talked about this in our group chat. I think Jakub Dobeš played somewhat better games than what he's looked tonight, but he still got the win. Those 2 saves he made in overtime. Did you guys see the crowd?
Yeah, they stood. Everybody was
got,
on their feet standing.
He got a standing O.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like those 2 saves were 2 guaranteed goals. If it was
practically guaranteed. Listen, however, Jonathan Quick looked like LA Kings going to the cup. Jonathan Quick. Jonathan Quick was out fucking standing. Like so he was amazing.
And that's what bothered me tonight. I thought after okay, look, I know we can't win them all. Guys, to all the fans out there, I know we're on a high and we're fighting for that spot and we're doing so good. Like we're playing great hockey since the 17th. We can't win them all. We're not going to win the next
for sure
games, right?
For sure.
Losing like yesterday, it's going to happen. That being said, after the loss of last night and coming into today's game, and we were playing very good hockey. Like we turned everything around and we just couldn't get past the blue line because Jonathan Quick was, again, every time it's like one of those, like that luck that we have here in the Montreal Canadiens where we play that 3rd string goalie and they are one of the best in the world.
He's their backup though. But like Jonathan Quick is Jonathan Quick.
But I thought tonight was one of those nights. We were playing good hockey and I thought we were going to lose because Jonathan Quick would have been the miracle saver. But it was just one of those games where Quick was just a wall. As if he was the best goalie in the NHL, better than fucking Ken Dryden. You know what I mean? Like it was just pissing me the fuck off. So
he made key saves. He robbed Suzuki a few times. He robbed Cole. I think at one point though, I think Slavkovsky going to the net is, I want to say, the unsung hero effect. Mm-hmm. And Slavkovsky said before the game, he said that he needs to be a little bit more physically present. Like he's got to play a lot more physically. And look what happens. Crash the net, go to the net. Good things happen. Thank God he scored that goal, eh?
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that kid for 2 seconds? Because again, he pulled the same shit that he did last season. He out of nowhere turns it around, comes out flying. He killed a few guys today. Who was it that he crushed along the boards?
Oh, like behind them, a good. But when the kid wants to play forechecking, like man, he could do it. He gets guys off.
Said it.
But what is he gonna do?
The guy has talent, but if he can use the physical side of himself, he'd be an untouchable player.
But
that's what we saw last year, and that's what we're seeing now.
I still don't think for sure. I still don't think he's at that physical peak. No, yet. He's not there yet. I don't think he's physically mature yet, as much as we think he is. He's not.
I don't think so either. But what I'm trying to say is that physical aspect of him is finally coming out again because last year
Yep.
He was very quiet second half of the season, exactly now, January. He turned everything around, started scoring goals, started getting physical, started being involved. Same thing this season. Quiet all year. We're in the month of January. The physical side of him is coming out and he's scoring goals again and he you can actually see him on the ice.
Yeah,
He's
he's
out
moving
there.
his feet. Yeah, absolutely. He's making himself a lot more visible.
The guy's big.
But
Just use that. Use his
I find
Yep.
size.
Yep.
yeah, well, not only use the size and like it brings a physical advantage to the Montreal Canadiens, but it's just his game is completely different. Like him and Doc, look, we'll get to Doc, but both of these kids just decided, okay, I'm confident today. I just decided we're
Oh,
confident again. We're
Doc is
playing our
back.
game.
Doc
Yeah,
is Doc is back.
Yeah.
Doc is playing now the way we all wanted him to play since the start of the season. I want to talk about Lane Hudson real quick, who I think now got the made history in the Montreal Canadiens as a rookie defenseman. 8 games straight. Is it eight? Eight. I think it's 8 games with a point or with an assist. So, but I thought at the beginning of the game he looked a little bit more conservative, or is it just me? I thought he was being very careful with what he was doing with the puck. But as the game went on, as the stakes were getting higher and higher, and like something had to happen, then he was really playing that offensive rush game that he has. But I found at the beginning of this game, yeah, he was contributing on the rush, but like he was also staying back too. I thought he was a little bit more conservative, and I think that's just a mature way for a rookie to play, especially on defense and given his size and all that. Man, the poor kid yesterday after the loss against the Leafs, he just says like dude, like the kid needed a hug. Fuck, he just stares like, yeah, no, I need to be better. I need to be better for my teammates. I need to be better for this entire city. Like, what the hell? Like, they ask him another question. Yeah, no, I need to be better. I just can't. I can't play that way ever again. I need to be better for my teammates. I need to. It's as if he's gonna get demoted or like get sent down, go to the minors. Like they said it too. They said, "I'm not si chambre en LDS." They're like, "Faut que je donne le kid un câlin." It's like translate in English. I have to give this kid a hug before you know what I mean? But like, thinking that that's such a mature response for a 20-year-old in the NHL, a defenseman. Two, knowing your mistakes from the previous game and you take your time. Sometimes guys want to just come flying out of the gate. He took his time this game tonight, and it showed. And hey, the right play at the right time. He finds Uri Slavkovsky. Boom, crashed the net. Puck's gonna go in. That beautiful picture of him lying down. it's so
like
awesome.
Superman ends up.
It's so awesome. Somebody asked here, what did you think of Beck? It's we'll make a quick autograph correction. Beck. But Owen Beck getting called up thanks to Chris's insider details. Call up Chris here, breaking the news. And it was Owen Beck's second NHL game, not his first. Listen, what did we think of him? Like he was going to play on the fourth line, replacing Heineman's spot or replacing Pezzetta's spot. You know what I mean? He played a simple game, didn't really do much, but it's kind of to be expected. I don't think Marty is going to give a rookie like him all this responsibility on the fourth line. I don't think he looked terrible. He didn't do anything great or outstanding. And a couple of times he got benched because when the game was on the line, Marty had to bench him. And that's okay. It's totally normal. He's playing on the wing. He's a natural centerman. So listen, he's one of those kids where you're going to have to take time. I did say this, though. I was very happy that he was on the line with Jake Evans because I want Jake Evans to come back so he can mentor this kid next season.
Yeah. There's also another point with regards to with Beck. On top of adapting to the NHL speed and everything,
Yeah.
as in comparison to Michael Pizzetta, he didn't get the team in trouble in any way, shape, or form. And that is, I think, the biggest reason as to why he's in the lineup in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And in that sense, automatically came in, although not a significant difference maker. He's not the negative difference maker that's going to put the Canadiens.
He's a lot more. Well, he's a responsible player.
Yeah.
That puts the question out there: is this the end of Michael Pizzetta?
It's sad to say because he's a great human being. I liked him,
I
but
love him. I think we're biased because he's a paisano, like he's like us, right? I mean,
yeah.
we have that extra love for him just because he's Italian. For me personally, his father's a captain in the Toronto Fire Department, so maybe I got a little bit more biased reasons for that. But
It's part of the
yeah,
growing pains and part of the
yeah,
pains of having a solid rebuild. When the time is gonna come, there are gonna be other support players that are gonna come through who are sadly gonna be better than some of the guys that we have in place now. And like I think one of the big ones as like maybe a love hate relationship. I think it's a lot more of a loving relationship. But the day is going to come where we're going to have to say goodbye to Gallagher, and he's not going to have a spot on this team.
well, he had his best game tonight.
He did.
I
He
think tonight.
absolutely
I
did.
think tonight was his best game of the season.
I honestly think he's playing good. Like even look, I've always said it. You know, sometimes it doesn't mean the points make you a good player or not,
No,
right? It's how you present yourself on the ice and how you help the team, just your presence on the ice. And I think Gallagher is having one of his like, besides, after that whole contract situation, he was declining, and we've all been saying it's time to go. It's time to go. This season here, yes, the points don't show it as much, but his presence make a big fucking
he's
difference.
contributing.
He's contributing a
He's contributing
lot.
in different ways other than the score sheet, mind you. He got 2 points tonight, the goal and
Well, he has
assist,
17.
and
I don't know if it's updated yet. If this is not updated, he's at 19. If it is updated, he's 17. But still, 19 points in
yeah,
half the season
for his role.
for his role. Exactly.
But
Did you guys hear his? I stayed. I wanted to see the post game interview that he had
mhm.
as the first star of the game, and he really like there was one thing that stood out more than anything else. He basically said, "We're trying to give you fans playoffs." Like he outright
Yeah,
said
for
it.
sure.
It was really. I don't know, just the way that it came out and the way that it was stated. I don't want to. I don't feel as though I'm going to do him justice, but just when he said that, I think it was very well received. You heard the Bell Center kind of liven up immediately. But he said that the guys really do believe, and we're really pushing. I don't know. I think he's been an integral part off the ice, so much so
Mhm.
for these young guys, and
Listen,
hats off to him.
listen. Even if let's say management, he's got to waive his no movement clause. He's not going anywhere until he waives it or they buy him out. That's the only way he's going to go. I don't see that happening because it's going to cost too much. But we'll see. But for now, I think he's listen. He's a quiet big piece of this team. I love David Savard as the veteran on defense, and I think amongst the forwards, him and Josh Anderson, those guys mean a lot to these young players. Like Josh Anderson.
well,
God
that was a
bless. God,
scare tonight. I
yeah.
How
thought
did he
he.
come back? He came
I have
back and it
I,
looked like
no
everything was fine.
idea. Either that or did he put on a piece of Iron Man's leg or something and came back.
Bionic
But
leg.
probably, I thought he was done.
I thought he was done for the year.
His leg looked like it folded the exact same way Patrick Liney's leg
Yeah.
folded in the preseason. I thought that's it. There goes
When
the
he came
ACL or
when he
MCL.
came back, they didn't even say it on TSN because I was watching on TSN. They didn't even say, "Oh, he's back" or whatever. So I was like, "Did I just dream what just happened?" Because he looked like he was done for the year.
This game though had a lot of emotion because both teams are battling for that spot. Like the Rangers were only one point behind us, and they're slowly climbing up the ladder again after like such a
Well,
bit of
Ottawa
a
won today. Columbus got that
yeah.
point yesterday. So
Columbus keeps winning, and I just think they're I really think they have the tragic death of Johnny Gaudreau like motivating this group of guys to, like we're gonna win it for Johnny, and like they keep winning games, man. Like as much as we think we could catch up to them, fuck, they keep winning, and it's
Yeah, but
it's like
they're on a trajectory to get into like one of the top three positions within the
with it,
Metropolitan. I don't
yeah.
think
If
they're even playing for the wild card. These
they're
guys
trying to go for
are.
the spot, yeah, totally 100%.
guys,
No,
we're
but
not
this
even that far from being in the Atlantic, right? Like Tampa's at 53 points, and after tonight's game, we're gonna be at 50. No, we're already at 50, right?
we're
Yeah.
tied. We're tied with the Bruins. We're basically fourth in our division right now. We're 3 points behind Tampa Bay. And but God damn it, Tampa Bay has 2 games in hand. We have 1 game in hand of the Bruins. We're tied with the exact amount of games played with Ottawa. We're 1 point behind the wild card spot, 1 point behind Columbus, 2 behind the Ottawa Senators, and them too. They won a big game against Boston yesterday. They won against New Jersey Devils tonight. But I mean, look, man, like the month of January, we kept saying it. This is gonna be this is gonna be the month that could either make or break this team. And right now, this team is not breaking whatsoever. You beat Washington, you beat Dallas, you beat Dallas at home. You only lose against them in shootout. Yeah, the terrible loss against the Leafs, but then you beat the Rangers, who, listen, no matter what, the Rangers, they're still a good team. Tampa Bay on Tuesday, that's a challenge. They're going to Detroit Thursday, back at home Saturday against the Devils. And then next week, they got, or not next week as of tomorrow, but the week after, you got Winnipeg and Minnesota at home as well. Like, man, these next 4 games at home are crucial. If they could win the road game in Detroit, the Canadiens are doing pretty good on the road. This month so far, so good in my view. So it's this is the next question now. And Chris is going to want to talk about this for sure. I think Jakub Dobeš made a case for himself now. And I think he should start playing more games than Sam Montembeault right now. Because I think Marty needs to go with the hot goalie.
Look, there's no point in me repeating much more than that. What was frustrating about yesterday and what I hope is to come now, I understand that there's an element of respect and honoring the guys who have earned their spots before. But again, I think the growing up as a coach or growing as a coach type of experiences, he's going to have to look at some of these guys such as Montembeault in the face and say, Dobeš has not lost a single game. And he didn't just beat the crappy alternative teams. He beat Florida. He beat the Avalanche. Yeah. He wasn't in nets for Tampa, but he beat Washington. He's genuinely been playing
and Dallas.
And Dallas. And tonight, let's be honest and clear. The first goal that went in on him flew over the back of the net, like weird bounce, like weird
what
bounces.
A lucky goal. That was a lucky goddamn goal. I don't know why we couldn't get those bounces.
Well, there's that. Then, like, Arbor, as much as we love the fight, and he played a significant role in the game, but that was a horrible giveaway. But all that to say, let's go back to the goalie talk. Jakub Dobeš, again, has not lost the game. He's the one you have to ride that hot hand. It's Marty's obligation to go with who you think is going to get you the wins. And I'm sorry to say, Sam Montembeault really shot the bed yesterday. And look, he was in nets when we lost to the Chicago Blackhawks earlier this month. Like, I'm sorry to say, Sam Montembeault has 18 goals in his last 5 games. 18 goals against in his last 5 games. He absolutely deserves his place. He absolutely, like, it's not talks about trading him and sending him down or doing anything. I just think that he's not playing his best hockey, and you have to go with who's best. And who's best right now, like Jakub Dobeš has settled the Canadiens down, the players, in so many games over and over and over again. You take today in overtime, those 2 saves that you guys were mentioning, like, I'm sorry to say Monty's not doing that recently, and hence the argument, mic drop.
I don't want to be the negative guy here. I'm trying not to, but no. Listen,
do it.
It's what, 4 wins in a row now for Dobeš? 4?
5.
5
now. He's had
4 road games and 1 home game.
That's true.
Okay, fantastic goalie. I agree with you, Chris, in regards to playing the hot hand, because not for anything, I think Dobeš should have played yesterday because he still had that hot hand from the game before, right? But he hasn't faced a loss yet. 23 years old. No, 23 years old in the NHL, has only played 5 games so far, won them all. Great momentum, very good stats, but he hasn't faced a loss. And that determines what type of goalie he's going to be. Because if he loses and then he goes downhill there, then he's not, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to jump the gun and say Dobeš is our number 1 goalie. You cannot say that yet.
No, I don't. No, he's not our number 1. it's right now the question is who's the 1A, who's the 1B
Well,
personally.
he's a hotter goalie right now. That's a
So
fact.
and because of that, I would put him up. I would put him. I'd put him in net Tuesday against Tampa Bay, and then
Yes,
no matter what the results, whether he wins or whether they lose, you put
put Monty in Detroit.
Put Monto, yeah, in
Yeah.
Detroit, and and then we take like we're already jumping, not jumping the gun, but we're already jumping 2 games from now. Start with one. I would give, if I were Marty, yes, I would probably tell them both. Okay, look, Jakob, you're going in Tuesday. You're going against Tampa. You're hot right now. We're home. Mont, let's get away from here. Let's go on the road. You have a good record in Detroit. You played, I think, I'm pretty sure he was in Detroit the last time they won. Let's go again. We could beat this team. You could beat this team. And then we go from there. But this is what I would do. Jakob
I
Dobeš
just want to
Tuesday
see
and Monty
how he.
Thursday.
I
Yeah.
just. I don't. I mean, I hope the time doesn't come because I want him to continue the winning streak.
Can you imagine?
I know exactly, but I just want to see how he reacts to a loss.
Yeah.
That will determine the type of character he is.
There are two things though to add. I 100%, well, three things. I agree, Ant. I can't wait to see how he's going to respond. That's one. Number two is Monty beat Tampa the last time around when they were in Tampa. So
That's true.
sadly, they're going to say, well, Monty, you did well the last time against this team very recently. So more likely. But the big thing that I wanted to ask and maybe get a kick out of you guys, when I used to watch Carey Price play, like I used to be a little obsessive on his stats, and I always wanted him to have low GAA and save percentage. Fuck, it's the first time. It's the first time since Price has been gone that like when a goal goes in, I genuinely feel pain. Like I'm like shit. I want to see
Yeah.
Dobesh dominate. Like that not sickening feeling, but that frustrating feeling of watching hockey and seeing goals go in is coming back with this kid. Like that's I actually care a lot for this kid. I really hope. I know Fowler. Like we can't fall in love too much with this kid because Fowler risks coming up and kicking him
But
out.
what
But I'm already
No,
feeling.
I think, guys, I really think when it's time to compete and make playoffs and such, I really think it's gonna be the Jacob Fowler, Jakob Dobeš goalie tandem. Like, why can't we have that? Like, this is why can't it be Fowler playing 45 games, Dobeš playing 35 games? Like, why not? It's not that era anymore where goalies are gonna, like Marty Brodeur is gonna play 60, 70 games a season. Like Carey Price, like his best season, he played how many games did he play?
72.
Dude, like you don't think that could be one of the reasons why his knee got busted? I mean, let's not take anything away from him. That's why he won the Hart, the Vezina, and all of that. But you know what I mean? Would Carey Price want a little bit more reduced games just so he can have a healthier knee? And a healthier knee, maybe we get a chance at beating Tampa Bay in the Stanley Cup Finals, and he was outstanding. Maybe he doesn't need to take whatever fucking painkillers he's goddamn taking. Anyways, I know I'm getting away. I'm getting off topic here. Jakob Dobeš and Jacob Fowler could be the duo we have that could bring us far. It's like Swayman and my God, what's his name for the Bruins?
Allmark.
And thank you, Allmark.
Yeah, but Sammy, just one thing. It's not could be. They will be.
It will be.
There we go.
Jakob and Jacob Fowler, who got a shutout this past weekend. So no, on the overall, man, like this was the bounce back game they needed, and everybody showed up to play. Like all four lines came to play. Good on Patrick Laine, man, for scoring that OT. Like it's so funny because I really thought this game and maybe even yesterday's game, like he wasn't really that visible. Patrick Laine, like he was a bit more of a peripheral player, and a couple of times he tried to deke, but he lost the puck. Like I personally don't think, I don't think he's at 100%, but he's always going to have that shot, which will always be a weapon. But man, like good on Caden Gooley for going on the rush, and the reason why Gooley probably had a chance is because Lane Hudson was gassed. Like him, Suzuki, and Cole, they were gassed. And at one point, they almost gave the puck away. I was like, if the Rangers win this way, I was going to be so fucking pissed. But thank God it didn't happen. Jakob Dobeš made 2 incredible saves. And good on Patrick Laine. Like, he keeps putting the fucking puck in the net. It's insane. It's insane how he's at what goal? He's at what now? 12 goals.
12.
12
He's at
goals.
12 goals. He's already at 12 goals, and he's at how many games? I don't have the stats in front of me, but anyhow, this was a fantastic bounce back game, man. This team needed it, and I think the fan base needed it, the city needed it, and look, man, we're only 1 point out of a final wild card spot. So
Hold on, I just want to
Yeah.
see something here.
He has 12 goals in
I wanna see
18
if this
games.
works.
12 goals in 18 games.
So 2/3. He's scoring 66% of the games. 66.6% of the games. Let's just round it up to 67. Don't want to go with these.
I'm
double
happy.
numbers,
I'm
but
happy. I'm happy. Cole is putting up points, but I want to see Cole. I need Cole to get 30. Like, if there's one player I need him to do a new milestone, a career milestone, it's got to be Cole, and it's got to be him reaching 30 goals. I'm pretty confident he's going to get it, but
He's he's 6 goals away.
where do you play at?
That's
Okay.
looks like the
this
overtime
is
goal.
A lot. This is the overtime goal live. My sister was there. Let's
Okay,
see how loud the crowd gets. If we
go
can hear
for
this.
it. Go for it.
Hold on. Oh my god, I can't find my mouse. I can hear
There you
it.
go. You got it. We got no volume.
Why not?
That's okay.
Technical difficulties.
It's
Sorry,
okay.
guys. It worked on my phone, but it's not working here for some reason.
Well,
We'll
let's
try-
watch the goal anyways. We got to see it.
Well, no, it was a beautiful played anyways, but like this was a beautiful feat. Like, honestly, what a play! Like Suzuki, Caden Gooley too, man. Like that's one guy that deserved an opportunity in overtime, and he doesn't get many opportunities in overtime. And look what he does. He finds the right guy. And oh my god, like Liney could have had 2 goals tonight though. He got robbed by what's the sliding defenseman? He had an open net and he got robbed. He got the blinders on. You know what I mean? So no, listen, on the overall, like everybody came to play, and that's what you needed. It was a big effort from everyone. You know, we could say that the Arbor Jackeye fight gave maybe that fight gave both teams
I
the
think
emotion
that
they needed.
Yeah.
It could be a turning point, but no, it was fantastic hockey. It was a beautiful game. I guess before we end things off, did you guys see the Canadiens and the NHL announce the quarter century lineup for the Montreal Canadiens?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
did
think
not see
it
that
was a
one.
good. I think it was a
And you
solid
didn't see the
pick.
list?
No, what is that?
Okay, so basically they're coming out with the NHL is coming out with the best players to play for so every team, the NHL is coming out with a lineup of the best players to have played in the past 20 years. So from the year 2000
25,
up
25.
What did I say?
20.
Oh, excuse me, 25. Yes. From the year 2000 up until this year, 2025. And that's the year I met you guys, and that's the year we all started watching together. So I know the list. Obviously, I know the list. We all know the list except you. So I take a wild guess. 6 forwards, 4 defensemen, and 2 goalies.
From the Montreal Canadiens.
From the Montreal Canadiens.
The best Montreal Canadiens players to have donned and played here since 2000. Not best all time, 2000.
From the year 2000 up until 2025. Start with the goalies. Come on, that's easy.
I mean, Carey Price.
Carey Price. And who's the backup?
Theodore?
Not backup,
Yeah,
but who's the
yeah,
second?
yeah.
Theodore.
Jose
Okay, so
Theodore. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Jose Theodore. Start with
6
defensemen.
forwards.
Or
Defensemen.
there's
Okay,
4
so
defensemen and 6 forwards.
Okay, so defensive Markov.
Markov.
Subban.
Subban.
Can I say Sheldon Surrey?
Yeah, Sheldon
Oh,
Surrey.
Surrey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sheldon Surrey.
Okay, wait,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Fuck, I'm
Oh, come
5
on.
for 5. Hold on. So
Come on. This got to be easy. It's a Hall of Famer.
Weber.
There you go. There's your defenseman. Okay, good,
Okay,
good.
fuck, I'm on a roll. Okay,
So far, so good. Your 6 forwards.
Koivu.
Yeah,
Kovalev.
yeah.
Holy shit, I'm on fucking fire.
Andrei Kostitsyn? No, I'm kidding.
You're right. Koivu, Kovalev. Yeah,
Up till now,
yeah. From 2000 up till 2025.
Caulfield and Suzuki.
We're not Caulfield, but Suzuki's there.
Okay, Suzuki.
Another 3 more.
Holy shit! I'm drawing a blank.
Think the
I'm
same
drawing.
era as
As
Kovalev
Oh,
and Koivu.
Camilleri.
no, which I'm actually surprised. Actually,
Yeah, he could have.
like he could have been. If they would have done 12 forwards, maybe he could have been there. But we're only six. We're over the top 6 right now.
Okay, I'm drawing blanks.
Turtleneck. That's
Plekanec.
Like
there
an
you
egg.
go.
Plekanec. Who
He
else?
scored. He scored tonight.
Oh, Patrick Liney.
No, not Patrick.
Oh,
Laine.
yeah.
He already said Suzuki.
Yeah.
I said Suzuki.
Yeah, but he still scored tonight.
Trying to throw him off.
Oh, Gallagher.
Gallagher
Yeah.
Yeah.
and one more.
Oh, okay, because of his stats in the past, and one more.
Yeah. He was a captain.
Gomez.
The Gomez was never a captain.
What's it called? Not Gomez. The other one.
Gianta?
Gianta.
No, but good guess. No, this is the captain after him,
Oh, Pacioretty.
Pacioretty. Yeah. So here we go.
Okay, so this. What is the team gonna do now?
It's just like an honorary mention. Like it's an
Okay,
an
they're
honor
not-
an,
they're
hon-
not
an
getting
honorable.
together
It's an
and playing.
honorable mention. So the NHL and the Montreal Canadiens quarter century lineup: Saku Koivu, Alex Kovalev, Max Pacioretty, Thomas Plekanec, Brendan Gallagher, Nick Suzuki. Those are your forwards. On defense: Andre Markov, PK Subban, Shea Weber, Sheldon Surrey. Like, absolutely. We were at his hat trick game, me, you, and Joey, where I almost killed the both of you. And
Yeah.
then goalie, obviously, Carey Price. And yeah, Jose Theodore, Hart trophy winner. Like, you know what? No disrespect to Cristobal Huey. He had a couple of like nice moments. I don't think David Abisher, no. And Jeff Hackett was a good backup to Jose Theodore at the time. But yeah, no, Jose Theodore, he brought that excitement to the city. And then Carey Price is Carey Price, who I don't care what anybody says. One, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Two, he's going to be the first Montreal Canadiens to have his number retired that never won a Stanley Cup. I don't give a shit. It's going to happen.
I don't disagree. I have one bone to pick with this list. Just one. Certain people might say, "Oh, I disagree," but PK Subban should have been on the first. I think he should have been on the first team with Weber on the second team, because as much as Weber brought us to a cup, Montreal edition of PK Subban was something very, very, very special.
It was out of this world.
Yeah.
But I honestly, I didn't care much for the first list, second list, to be honest. Like, just having those two, like, spot on. But I get what you're saying. So yeah, no, I love the list. I mean, Saku and Kovalev were like my gods amongst the forwards. And then when PK came in, PK and Price were what could have been. What could have been? What could have been? Because Kreider got booed tonight, and Habs fans will never forget. So
I'll never forget.
I'll never forget that. I'm telling you, we would have gone to another. We would have had another Stanley Cup Finals in our belts. Will we have won? Who knows? But we had momentum because Carey Price was just scaring everybody in the league. Everybody.
And you know what? Against the Rangers, we still went to Game 6.
Yeah, it was Game 6
with Trzek.
Dustin Tokarski. Yeah.
Tokarski, yeah.
Marty St. Louis just roofed one over him, and then that's it. That's when you knew the end was coming.
Yeah.
So that's that. I think we could close off this episode, boys.
We won tonight. Let's just get away from that depressing note.
No, we won tonight. Good way to start the work week tomorrow, and it's gonna be a cold one. So bundle up, start your cars early or something. If you have remote starters, good on you. If you have electric cars, well,
good luck.
Good luck.
I got better than that. This is the workstation right here.
Yeah.
Not moving, not going from the bedroom.
Blah 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 blah.
This is my workstation too, but I still have to bring the kids to school.
Blah 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 blah. I hate you
I
both.
leave the house. I'm still gonna leave the house.
So actually, hold on a sec. I realize we just got to do one last thing. The Instagram questions. I don't think we got that many, but it's okay. Thanks to those that actually took the time to ask us questions. There's actually a funny. There's one funny one. You guys might actually like this one. So, Chris961. You guys think Liney is lazy? No, I don't think
Poor
he's
Why?
guy
lazy.
can't skate at
I
100%.
just, yeah, I just don't think he's 100%. But like he's been a bit of a peripheral player, but that's okay. He got the game winner, so we'll take it. The real JKV Jakob Dobesh with multiple exclamation marks, absolutely. Mateo underscore Di Loretto. This is the first time we're seeing this core actually play for something, and it's exciting. 1000%. Our buddy Paisano Gordo Habs. Do you think Beck will stay up with the club till break? Gordo was at the game, so Gordo is a very loyal follower. He's from Toronto, but he's a diehard Habs fan. He was here yesterday with family. He brought his wife, who's a Leafs fan, and he got to watch that terribleness happen. And apparently, his Leafs buddies were just giving it to him. So a shout out to Gordo. Don't lose faith. Habs all the way. Don't worry, the Leafs aren't going to win
And
anything.
Beck, just to answer his question, Beck
Mhm.
stays, I'd say, until Heineman comes back at the very least.
Yeah, we'll see because Laval plays on Wednesday, and maybe he plays Tuesday. They're going to make him play back to back. They're going to try to manage that. And Malik Joe, this is the best one. I'm a teacher in Toronto. What do I say to my Leaf fan students on Monday with the laughing emoji? Malik, tell your students to go screw themselves.
Tell them, don't worry, guys. I have you until June, and we'll be able to celebrate together come April.
There you go. Or if they tease you, just give them an F for failure, like that franchise, that joke of a franchise. There you go, Anthony. Thanks for giving us. Thanks for sending your questions, guys. Appreciate
all our
it.
listeners out there, once again, thanks for all your love and support. If you like what you hear and what you see, you can get more content by following us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. And you can subscribe to our channel and see our beautiful faces on YouTube. Leave us an honest rating. We want to hear what you think about us. If you want to hear more of our shows, you can listen to us on any podcast platform such as Google, Spotify, Apple, and any other podcast platform you'd like to listen to. Guys, another win tonight. We're
Let's
still on track.
go.
Let's keep this momentum going until Tuesday, I believe,
Yep,
against
Tuesday
Tampa.
night against Tampa Bay. We'll see what happens then. Hopefully, Jakob Dobish gets the start. Let's go.
Until next time, ladies and gents. Bye now.
Bye now.
Good night.
Dynasty. Dobish.